So Buddha will ask, why, what happened? What happened to your old shawl? He'll say, no, my old shawl got worn out, and I have started using it as my bed sheet. Oh, he'll like, okay, so then what happened to your bed sheet? He'll ask. He'll say, my bed sheet had some minor tearing here and there, so I started using it as my doormat. Oh, he'll say, then what happened to your older doormat then? He'll say, my doormat also tore away, and then I started tearing smaller pieces of cloths that I can use for wiping my hand in the kitchen. Oh, he'll say, okay, then what happened to the clothes then, the older ones then? So he'll say, no, I have used that older pieces yeah, as a twig, like a cotton twig for lighting the lamp. So then Buddha will get convinced with his answer, and then uh, he will gift a new shawl to that disciple. So on the day of Buddha Purnima, it is a pleasure to have Valsan talking to us today. The reason why we share the story is because Malcolm to me is as an artist, as a creator, is somebody who sees values in materials that most people don't see, that most people don't consider. You know, that he believes in the value of material more than any of the philosophies that any artist can talk. The creations that he has made are mostly what is considered as waste, as discarded materials by most of us, and the creation that is has given a new value to the materials in itself. There's also a lot of formal introduction about Valsan that is available online that all of us might know. But there is a small thing about the college that he studied in Madras in 1970s. It's called the Madras College of Arts and Crafts back then. Now it's only called the Madras College of Fine Arts. So in one of the interview excerpts, Valsan was expressed saying, "I'm very, very disheartened and disappointed that they changed the name and removed crafts from it. How can they really remove crafts from the Madras College, which has taught me 5 years of crafts? And I'm very disappointed that crafts has been removed from a college of university that has taught me so much, and that kind of gave me is kind of link that goes back from what he is as a creator who celebrated his birthday yesterday, which he just shared with all of us from his very early college days. So we are very happy again to have Valsan here, and he'll be sharing with us his experiences for the next half an hour to 45 minutes or so. And then we will be taking answers from all the attendees here. So there's a small Q slash A on your screen, question and answer question on your screen. You can type in your question, and I can ask the question to Walson on behalf of you. So that's the format, and the session is also recorded, and it will be available on the YouTube channel by tomorrow evening. So with that bit of technical introduction, I request Walson to share a few words and thanking him heartily in spite of all the technical and technological difficulties that we are given him. He has somehow braved all of it, and we were able to connect on audio today. So thank you all the of Walsons who have made this possible. Thank you to the entire team who is there trying to get Walson on board. So thanks, Walson. Over to you, and you can.
Okay, man. I must thank you. I must also thank Benita and Mira also to make a chance to for all of us to meet. Probably not meeting now, but we'll definitely meet some point. Okay. I'm now in Talasheri. That is in Kannur district. Uh, last 15, 16 years, I got back to the place where I was born actually. And so I was born in South. I studied in North. I practiced in West, and I'm looking at East. I'm really curious, friends. One day I'm lucky that now only I realize I got a chance to study fine arts, and that too very early days before putting me into some other profession. At just 17, that is 1971, I joined in Madras College of Arts and Crafts. That time I didn't know much about art or anything. I didn't even know there is a college for fine arts existing also. So the time I joined, somehow few of us also got a chance to join in college. I didn't know Tamil properly, I didn't know English properly, I didn't know Malayalam either properly, even though Malayalam is my mother tongue. Actually, Malabar used to be part of Madras Presidency, and after my birth, one point only it has changed. It has gone to Kerala, and like Tirupati went to Andhra, and Kanyakumari went to Tamil Nadu, and all these changes happened. Paragrad also shifted here. What happened in Malabar, Madras also ignored, Kerala also ignored, so we almost like in a state of what? I don't know. No much progress happening, but there are so many literaries and all here. So somehow, when I began my school days in small schools, when we make a small mistake, everybody, teachers will punish you, and parents and brothers and all that, elder brothers and all that, insult you badly. So somehow the literature, I was very frightened. So getting a chance to study in fine art college, I thought that wonderful, very playful. And especially the first 2 years in college, Madras College of Arts and Crafts, we have to go through all departments. 2 years. Painting, sculpture, applied art, ceramic, woodwork, metalwork, screen printing, photography, and artistry, and all this. So within 2 years' time, once you practice everything, you have to make a decision. But end of first year itself, I made a decision that I should join a sculpture department. Main reason because all the tools over there really தேஞ்சு தேஞ்சு இத்தனை வருஷம் ஆளுங்க யூஸ் பண்ணது அதே பேசுது அந்த மாதிரி தோணுது. It was really very hard for me to imagine, you know, how much of time, how many people must have used all the iron tools, and also and the tools எல்லாம் வந்து specially tempered, and there are technique how to temper a stone carving tool or a metalwork tool or even wood carving tool or anything as such. And tool is almost, I felt like an extension of our fingers or anything as such. So அங்க வந்து then the third year itself I was able to, actually I tell you very very big story about my younger days. I'm coming from a village called Pattiam, that is in Kannur Talasheri. Okay. First time I got a Malabar train to go for interview to Chennai, and I never seen a big city as Madras, and the college was next to Pundamalli High Road, and the roads are 24 hours traffic, and every day, all the time, and our department wall was about 7 feet or something, very huge wall, but on the road, like on the footpath. And the next one is our department. Man, I tell you, the sound was really, really, really irritating like anything. I didn't know what to do with life because of the sound was really, really, really a big hassle for me. and I was wondering what to do with my life. I won't be able to go back. They will throw me out. I can't even go back home. My God, it was a very, 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 very strange situation. I don't know whom to tell and which doctor will solve my problem and all that. Then I started moving around in the city, and I understood that we had to come over everything. So I was always roaming around in city most of the time and trying to understand the the cacophonic, what do you call it? What do you call it? So in the sculpture department, I made a portrait of myself. That was the first sculpture I made. A small 1 foot high, me myself sitting and escaping in me sort of a sculpture. My legs are like really building pillars only. My head is like just like a roof, something with architecture and human body sort of a thing. But after making the sculpture, I was completely relieved. I tell you, it was a great medicine, like the great possibility. No medicine, no doctor can actually heal you from that very, very madness of yours. So this making that particular sculpture, I thought that my God, there's so much of possibility in doing sculpture, and your mind, your body, your feelings, everything is calculating together, and something is coming out of it. Sort of. So my search began from there, and I decided to do sculpture. When I decided to specialize in sculpture, my parents, my brothers were angry with me, my friends were confusing me, my teachers also, some of them asked, all the worst students only we put in the department. Why do you want to choose and this? Since everybody was saying this, I thought, my God, olden days, so many people have done wonderful sculptures, and this century at least, let me get a chance to be in it. So that was a very, very, very strong decision. And I also realized that making a decision is art itself. You have to make your own decision. What we are is what we are. What we are not is not what we are. All of us have to think on that. So actually now, so many years passed, and wherever I go, I don't think of any special language or trying to learn the language. Or I feel that every second, every time, every day, or every work you do, you might get a rebirth. We heard about olden days. Yes, and we have many birds like that. But when you do something, a creativity is not something you have to get some award or something else. Any little thing you do is a creation. If you feel happy, if your soul accepted it, that is it. Don't wait for some teachers or guru to give you a you know what do you call it, a mark or anything as such. So it is something like that. Through my life, what can I do is the thing. So it was very difficult. Those days we had a lot of model studies, which helped me a lot, because if your leg is 1 millimeter smaller than the other one, when you walk, it shows in your body. So when you walk, you can see somebody coming from very far. Probably you are able to read a bit about his condition and all that, or his enthusiasm, or his energy, or all these kind of things started developing while doing model studies. Actually, we have model studies, sitting figure, face also change all the time. Even the model is sitting idle for a couple of hours for us. There'll be many students working, and everybody look at the model from their point of angle, and and whatever basic crayons or whatever you have. We used to use only newsprint white paper and crayons to draw. So when you hold a crayon and stand and draw on an easel board, It's almost like playing what? A shuttlecock or ball badminton or something like that. You're really free. Only you're holding a crayon and reacting to your model and the paper, and how you grasp things which comes which in your observation. So I realized that it's so much. We used to even have nude models at that time. I tell you, we were very very respectable. We got really great, got very good chance to understand how a human being proportion and anatomy, and it was totally a very scientific like studies. Art is almost like a scientific practice in a way, which I realized it very late. It is very visual, science in a way. And your whatever you draw, I also believe that it's your palm history. You can understand your past and you can think about your future and what's happening in presence. Actually, I always respect the presence, the time present. Actually, we think that the world is keep on moving. Yesterday, we were, and future, another centuries will come. I sometimes feel that it's in a way static. We unnecessarily made watch as a big discovery, and the mirror as a big discovery, even camera as a big discovery. I tell you, I feel very sad that a camera has only one eye. And we all had two eyes, also owls. Most of the birds has on the sides. And why, since we had two eyes, we are able to see one? These are all questions. And even a camera, if you close one eye, you're seeing things like that. Camera can only, probably a camera will come with many eyes in future. Probably Shiva has three eyes. But I tell you, artists should have many eyes. Anybody criticizing, any friends seeing, you best make use of everybody's that point of view as your, consider it as yours. So these are the way you could progress by doing only drawings. Being on doing only drawings, you can be anything. You can be a sculptor, you can be a doctor, you can be a good driver, you can be a good teacher, you can be anything you feel like. A drawing, because without, we have a lot of fear, and fear is also probably important. If without fear you might do any disaster, and that fear is also a very good quality in us, because it makes you control what to do, what not to do. Same way, a paper, once you see a very clean canvas, you might not be able to touch, because you might think that you are going to spoil it. You might take a long time to get into it. Probably you just throw some color on it or just give a blind scratch on it, then only that screen will become yours. I tell you, otherwise you will never able to do a painting or drawing or anything else. You have to start. When you touch it, no, you can even imagine that nobody is going to touch it. So you will realize that you got your freedom. Then find out your freedom. Find out your whatever your philosophy, your color, your capacity to think, your capacity to see colors, your capacity to measure your color blindness, your capacity to realize the impact of light, shade, so many things. Even a drawing, how simple it is. Actually, mm, uh, we should not complain much. Oh, I don't have color, I don't have brush, I make it. Even though you don't get colors, you use your coffee, waste tea. You can definitely finish one drawing if you have a brush. If you don't have a brush, with your finger you can draw if you have a surface. Things like that. Even on, we try to preserve things. Olden days, all the great, I have heavy respect on Madras Museum and all that. But if they are kept properly, little more better way, probably they might not have enough fund or anything. I tell you, even that Nadaraja Vigraham, if you go and see only that and come back one day. Spend as much as time you have. Don't think that you have seen it. See that Nataraja, the name itself, Nataraja. You see all the fingers, they are not realistic, they are little stylized. And even the gestures of all the fingers, even the dance posture, it just a statue. One point, the next moment you move. If you really understand, see, if you're a dancer, you definitely seen that thing, dance Nataraja, the next move is in your body. So it is such a way. Where did they study, or how do they know all the metallurgy, bronze casting, and the anatomy to do that, the philosophy to understand? And it's impossible for me, even though I've gone through sculpture throughout these my lifetime. I just don't understand how they would have made it. People are claiming that some aliens came and did all this. I said, oh no, all Dravidians did it, even everything. The sea came much later. They have been traveling, walking, crossing the. Now only sea came, river came. Now everything is going also. Anyway, that is a different story. So, I was realizing, at least in our education, olden days we have Guru Shishya Parambara and all that. But I believe that Guru is not somebody and Shishya is not. Everybody is a Guru and everybody is a Shishya also. That Guru, Shishya Parambara. That is what I believe. So don't think that one generation is only Guru, another generation is only Shishyas. No, 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 no. In fact, today I believe youngsters should rule the world. Youngsters should rule the college and everything. I tell you, teachers are all caretakers. Take it like that. A good teacher explains. A better teacher demonstrates. Best teacher inspires. You don't know where you got the actual inspiration from to lead your life, I tell you. Not necessarily from your books or from your college. Definitely, reading books and all are very thrilled, but you might not be there on time. You might be somewhere else. Your mind is somewhere, body is somewhere. You didn't realize that you're going to feel hungry. Things like that. So, in the real life, actually, we walk only in one leg and you're giving a rest to the other leg for a second. Want to realize that. And human beings started standing on two legs. They thought that we are all genius, we are all great discoverers. These are all, and all other animals are walking on four legs and things like that. I tell you today, I very frankly tell you, friends, I've been feeling fed up, being fed up of being a human being. I tell you very frankly. We are destroying the world. We don't know how to take care of things. We sell the future children, great grandchildren's property and trying to enjoy our life today, trying to buy happiness today, and selling the coming future's property. You should understand. See, all the Nataraja Vigram and all these olden days from centuries ago, they made for us to see. Who is going to see these days? Who has time? Everybody have homework. Everybody have. They might feel hungry, so we have to wait, stand in the queue, waiting for food in the queue. Man, you don't need that much of time to eat a sprout, or you can keep your bottle of sprout in a hand, some avil or something. But at all customs and fashion and so many, the commercial world is eaten up the world, I tell you. Not even the rulers are not controlling us. Not even commercial people. The cheap commercial people are ruling the world. That's why we have reached to the very horrible situation now, because everybody now isolation and all that. But art is always very happy. Huh? Their life is always in isolation. They are trying to always come back to themselves and trying to find a peaceful time. Peacefulness is not just only sit and meditate or anything. If you do your work properly, if you are satisfied, that is the best meditation and best time for you. Why do you have to sit and meditate and like guru and all that? Why do you then need hands and legs and everything? Why can't you just be a stone like meditate? A stone then is meditative more than us. See? See, every stone, everything you use, they do have life, but they might not have mind in it. So we use our mind and give it to them. That is our role. So if you don't have a mind, how can I give it to a stone or wood or any material? Or you might think that, oh, this is a performance. Every field is great if you do it properly. You don't have to be a painter to be an artist. You don't have to be a sculptor to be an artist. You don't have to be a dancer to be an artist. You don't have to be anything to be an artist. You can find your own way to be an artist, actually. And artists for us, people think of artist means, cinema board பண்றியா இப்படியெல்லாம் சொல்லுவேன். But each person's understanding of art is there, we can't help it. Even my own teacher might confuse me also now, today. So we have to develop our own capacity. None of us are born for no reason, okay? All of us are born for a reason. Everybody is born for a reason. And we are born as God, actually. But the situation made us a human being, given your name. Oh, Nallaganan, Nallavan, Chinnavan, Periyavan, எல்லாம் பேரு போட்டுட்டு ஏதோ ஆக்கிட்டேன். அந்த பேர்ல கூட நம்ம ரொம்ப இன்ஃப்ளூயன்ஸ் ஆயிடுவேன். அது ஒண்ணுமே பண்ண முடியாது. We get influenced very fast because we are sensitive also in a way. And every children, imagine, artists are mostly, as far as I believe, they are not getting old. They never go old. Unnecessarily count your age. I don't know when I was born. I don't know who is my mother. I don't know who is my father. Nothing. I'm not sure. I don't know. But we believe and we accept, and Garma is asking me, tell me what is your caste, what's your religion. Actually, all the systems, religion and all that, these are all, one time it was very required because it's a school of thought. Believe in this, we'll teach you, it will be good, we understood. So that way, there's no problem. But according to your understanding, according to your mental development, if you use your mind properly, fine. See, a carpenter, for example, I tell you about how important is craft is. Olden days, craft used to be called art. The name art came somewhere from the West, I'm sure. It's a waste. And we got terribly influenced by Westerners on point. You can even imagine, like India used to be such a place. You can see, a lot of things has to be destroyed, dismissed, damaged, in our country. Actually, the country, India name came much later. Before that, before the Dravidians came also, probably there were, So anyway, we got a climate in such where we struggle, we enjoy, we do everything. If there is no night, there's no day. If there is, you imagine everything is day, everything is night, you get bored. You want to live here. So naturally, we are, getting good news and bad news, and this is life. Imagine the people you have seen earlier days, most of them are no more. Even though they are still there, the situation is different. They're changed also. Even we ourselves changed a lot. And change is the most permanent thing, believe it or not. And it is don't hold us to be just one. Even a stone, I tell you, each time you take a photograph, the color will be different. The light will be different. Light is what showing you the color. So things like that, light and shade, and I tell you, even though you didn't get anybody feel like practicing art never too late. Even our craziest Panika started painting very late. After he got a government job in LIC or something like that, then only he joined in fine arts. And after doing fine arts, he become a teacher. After teaching properly, probably he become a principal. Things like that, So it's never too late. Once I have seen, once I was somewhere in America, I had seen, I was able to take a class. They said they are supposed to attend one class. Everybody was retired people in the class. How beautiful it is. Because many people wanted to learn fine arts, but some reason they were not able to do fine arts properly. Fine arts as a respective field, but they were doing some. Once they retired, they can study. Even Madras College of Arts had these evening classes for whoever is interested in after finishing the evening job and things like that. That was also very interesting. So many artists came out of that department. Now that is not existing. Now the craft department, you go and see the metalwork department. When we were studying Madras College of Arts, metalwork department was just near the main gate on the right side. The roof used to be really about 30 feet or something tall, 25, 30 feet tall. How wonder, I used to wonder, why do we need this much of space when we are only 5 feet, 6 feet, things like that. Now, recently there was a photography Biennale or something like that. They damaged the floor, only tiles on the floor. The roof also is like only 7, 8 feet high. They covered the whole thing upstairs. I don't know what is fashion. It's like a bus or something now. Bus naturally they can't go to 25 feet high or anything, the roof. But why do you want to make a department which is already existing, such a big space? At least you can, imagine a sculpture to be made in that height, probably. Such situation in photography as a great art today. You see, I can take millions of photographs of my sculpture differently. One sculpture you can take many different photographs. And also you see a photograph where one snap, probably a 60 or 2000, 1 second is divided into 60 times, 1 by 60 times. That 1 by 60 time only you see a photograph. And for you to see that, there's a time of you would have finished about 1,000 photographs. That much of seconds you need to see that, oh, this is photograph. Oh, I see. You understand? So for us to recognize that takes that much of time. So I'm just trying to tell you, India, Bharat used to be a place of culture. It's totally, you know, gone, destroyed. Even the Madras College of Arts destroying that craft department is horrible. There's no any newspaper, no any media, nothing, nobody have ever realized, even though there are great scholars and great government and great, what do you call it, philosophers or great president or rulers, and nobody realized. Even the Jayalalitha's time, we were trying to make a small shift. No, 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 it didn't work. Because even though we were ex-students, we were thrown out students or whatever you call it, we were very concerned about that college. Every inch, every material, even though we didn't get the full A to Z experience, but the little bit of small experience. If you see an egg from one side, you could imagine the other side also. If you imagine a house, oh, it's like that. You can probably imagine how the interior, how the at the back and whatever. You can imagine so much. So human beings do have that much of capacity to understand. We should make best use of it. Now everybody is waiting for the Google, waiting for teachers, waiting for the right criticism, right appreciation. Don't ever wait, man. I tell you, no, 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 no waiting. We are all born as God. We are creative. We are all we can do what we can do. I don't want to repeat much. I tell you. Today, actually, I was supposed to start painting with my smoke. You know the கிச்சன்ல வுட்டெல்லாம் எரிச்சிட்டு விட்டானாக்கா அந்த புகை வருமே அந்த புகையில கலர் தெரியும். It is not even black. I will probably post it in Facebook one of these days. If you are directly in WhatsApp or something. Anyway, please, any friends who are interested in chatting with me, you are most welcome, and we can communicate. Now I don't have much facilities, like because in Kerala when I came with a lot of enthusiasm, but the rainy season is really, really too much. I tell you, lightning, thunder, rain, heavy rains. And I planted a lot of trees and all that. They're all growing. I'm enjoying seeing them growing and dancing and all that. But people come here with, oh, why don't you cut that? Why don't you do? I tell you, it's horrible in that sense. People think that they are much better than us, especially people come from the Gulf countries or anywhere from the outside. Oh, this is nice. But wash basin is nice. Oh, you have fridge. Oh, you have this. Now I don't operate fridge. I don't believe in it. Initially I bought it. So I don't have AC, nothing. Any of you ever interested, please let me know. So I used to do some residency program. In fact, I'm making this place for a kind of a thinking place, a kind of artist in residency we call it, but I call it an artshram. ARTSHRAM, not ashram. Okay, sorry. ARTSHRAM. Sorry, that's my pet name. Otherwise, the name of the place is called Shilpa Pattiam. Actually, my village is named as Pattiam initially, which is colloquialized to Pattiam now. The name of my village is Pattiam. But the old name was Pattiam, and it was also pronounced differently much before that. But Pattiam means Guru had concluded it. This village is for education. 100 years ago, there were very interesting schools here, small schools. So only the education was given more importance here. And education means only literature. Okay. Malayalam and Sanskritam and Manipravalam and all that those days. There are very interesting people from this side, but none of them are living here. They're all settled outside, but most of them are coming back. Huh? The nature is sending them back. Okay, reversing migration and reversing thinking. Somehow I came back much earlier. I thought that it's important that I only went outside to study. Now the best time for me to get back and enjoy what I have seen in the younger days and things like that. I don't know how much time passed, my friends. Please tell me. I don't want to give a long and boring lecture, please. I'm not
No,
able to see you
no,
by
you can
this.
continue. You can continue. It's going on fine. You can stop
Okay.
and you feel like stopping later.
Okay. Okay. This is lifetime is so interesting. Life is so interesting. I want to live for 200 years if possible. I'm really looking forward to it, I tell you. Actually, by seeing even Van Gogh's painting or something, I felt that, oh my God, this painting is done only for me. That sort of feeling we should get by seeing all the ancient artwork, you see. Such a thing we are able to see, we are able to recognize their whole understanding now. And I'm spending only a few seconds Few minutes. I'm sad. How come? And Van Gogh, you also suffered like anything worse than us. We at least get ration rice today these days. You know, that man, I've been to that street once. I felt so touched. You know, like somebody who understood how to handle feelings and colors and make you realize like all your sadness will fly away if you really keep watching it. Why do you want to meditate? Otherwise, learn all these techniques from gurus. See, if you go through a museum, take example as Louvre Museum in Paris near the. Why I'm talking because I was also studying in École de Beaux-Arts for 1 year, and I was quite close to that city also. I'm also very close to Madras city and all that, which I actually started my second life was in Madras. I tell you very frankly. Otherwise, I would have been just I don't know, like so many people I see every day. See that Louvre Museum. Once in an interview I told them, why do they have to close in the evening? Make 2 shifts or 3 shifts. Many people get job. 3 directors, three. Many people get job. Most of the people are not sleeping during the night. And most of the old people are going for walks and all that. They'll be very happy to go through a museum. And by seeing one seat over there and sitting in front of one painting, okay, you can relax. How nice it would have been. It's almost like having 3 museums and 3 collections. Who can do that? I tell you. Just shift the framework, mental fixation, and so much of collection. And in many museums, most of the African works are there. Recently, somebody was complaining that all the African great works are there somewhere in Europe. We want to bring it back. But even though you bring it back, where will you keep? Again, you understand now we have enough flights. Take a ticket, go and see. It's well kept. A lot of museologists working, archaeologists working. All that great things are happening to prevent and preserve things. But you imagine how many things are lost, man, from our architecture and monuments and all that in our country. And how can you try? If you travel all over the world, you won't be able to see the world. Impossible. But if you do some small work, terracotta, probably you make a pot without a machine by hand, you would be able to understand the earth. You would be able to understand inside of the earth. You should be able to understand the science of the earth. You should be able to understand how medicinal it is, how much it heals you. Simple. Take little clay, whatever it is, try and understand. Why is it breaking? Why is it not breaking? One stage will be tuned with the material. That's it. Actually, I was more interested in material from one point, mainly because I did some bronze casting. Seriously. And I did a show in the Madras Museum once. That was my last show in Madras in a way. For a month in that Century Hall, I did exhibited most of my bronze sculptures. I tell you, my friends, I tell you, my friends, I tell you, I went to all the museum, all the blind schools, invited all of them. 30 blinds came to Madras Museum to see my show. Can you believe? There were some of my friends with camera. I told them I'll kill you if you take a snap. And they were really going through the museum without moving even a sand. I tell you, they see and go. We are blind. We think that we have eyes, we see everything. No, no way. They didn't even move a sand from the exhibition hall. They spent almost 3 hours. Almost 30 people or plus people came to the museum to see my show in Madras Museum. I tell you, people came to see the show. I tell you, no, none of them came to see the show. Can you believe an art institution? They are not interested to see what youngsters are doing. So many bitter feelings are there. We thought that artists are great. They would love to see others also, or different time also. This is, I've got the chance to tell you this. I tell you, none of them came. One fellow, I heard that he came, but he went back. He got firings from there, from senior artist. Please don't forget. You people respect that Choramandal is one international whatever. Same way, this is Kochi Biennale. Why do you have to make it international? In India itself, we do have a lot of international artists. Throughout practicing, not even moved out of India, and still they are international artists. They think about international energy and levels. Why do you want to just pick up one white man from there, one another black man from the other side, and pink man from the thing, and green man from the other side, and all that? Make it call it as an international exhibition. Are they calling the best artists from all the other countries? Have you seen the best artists from India itself? We were all there to just to start that Biennale, because it was already in a field, not able. Imagine that as a ship got into the filth, couldn't move. So we were all there to push it and make it move. Okay. But we got stuck in the filth. The boat went off, going off. Let's see where it will reach. Now, these are the things. We should move from one. I don't believe in forgetting. I really understand, like a banyan tree or even a jackfruit tree is like a grandmother. All the small plants will be living nearby. This grandmother tree will be bringing water from wherever sources and give it to all the little plants. That's why little plants are growing. You see, all the other plants, they adjust with the other plants. Okay, you want to live like that, so I'll move a little bit this side. Even coconut tree, if you start a bamboo here, coconut tree will start bending and growing and trying to grow that way. Like that, each tree, they communicate very well, very fast. Which human being can't do it even now with high tech, the most modern world, I believe. There's no shame that there's no reason that we'll be thrown back to our Dravidians days, man. I tell you, they were great, great, great people. They never got name. They were really sincerely working. Imagine, did they have breakfast, lunch, dinner? Did they have enough water, good water to drink? But water was very nice, probably not like today's water. Even the Bisleri water, they put all the to preserve. They put na sorry, chlorine and whatever. Anyway, I'm telling you, it's definitely a good chance if I can probably meet you guys. Share so many things. I somehow am, you know, I'm just thinking about the people who are. My crowd is actually not people who are alive now. I'm thinking of people who are going to be born. You know, why can't you think like that? All this Chola period and all that, they are given message. That was a culture was a message to us. They used the best Panchaloka. Why did they make to last that much? But we have capacity to cut. We found machine to cut trees. We've found thing to, it's really, really. Now we talk about art science. Actually, most of the painters today, They paint and they put the stapler clip on the frames, and they use oil paint and all, which will last like bronze sculptures for 1,000 years if you keep it properly. Even a paper you can keep it for that much of time if you keep it properly. That's why we have archaeology and museology and all this course. And the canvas, they don't remove the stapler. Stapler clip in Kerala will rust within 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 1 month. Gone. Canvas is stored, and galleries will be buying it. And no, no, flick it from the artist. No, no, we want it now because there is a buyer waiting, and sell it to the buyer and cover it. The buyer will very coolly, okay, buy it. Okay, now I don't have to pay super tax. I can buy this. I want the most expensive painting. Okay, okay, done. And all the curators will be running behind them. And once the buyer, they don't know where to hang, they call some special people to hang. Ah, you found a best place, I'll give you this much. After some time, it will be rusting and the whole canvas will be hanging, and then the canvas will not be able to restretch. You understand? Why artists are cheating? Why galleries are cheating? Why curators are not realizing? Why the art historians are not realizing all this? I tell you. Now it is a fashion doing curator course, art curator. If I get a chance to see all the new students working in a Delhi College of Arts display time, MS University display time, and Karnataka Chitra Kala Parishad High. So I get a chance, I go and see one glad and just come back. When I went to Baroda Fine Art course for the display, I tell you one story which I felt. That's the reason I am telling you this. There is an art history department established long time ago, and art history students, they had to come only 11 o'clock. All the painting students and all come 8:30, but art history students are historians, no? So they come, sleep properly, and they come 11 o'clock. Okay, fine. By the time students will go, or they will be working, their contemporaries are working in the other studios. 4 years plus 2 years, and these artistic students never get a chance to see how the colleagues are working in the studios. I tell you, during the display, outsiders can see the display only for 2 days. 2 days of jury and 2 days of display over. People will start removing the whole artwork. And one student from sculpture department didn't get a chance in a space in the department building itself, so he was exhibiting on the road. I mean, on the outside road, entrance road. I mean, that means you can walk through, but the works are sculptures. And this boy exhibiting, still a student for 15 years, I believe. He's the 15th or 16th year he's showing his work for display. Because he is failed, he must have made a spelling mistake in the artistry department, so he failed. His works are wonderful. I was very happy to see his work. But he is failing every year because he is not writing the artistry exam properly. He is writing in English, so they made some spelling mistakes. So we all learned English from Malayalam medium, okay. My parents are not Britishers. Wherever we go, we pick up some languages and we learn. But some guys get A plus and all that in English. He will come and comment, oh, your grammar is wrong, your spelling is wrong. Come on, man. Even Hridaya, heart, Hridaya in India language, Hridaya, the shape, the function, movement, everything is in that word. Hridaya. What is heart? Heart, heart. No, simple as that. Everything you see, how the language also. No, all the scholars, linguists, and all that. They also taken advantage of teachers who will give me better mark. If I do it that way, I'll get better mark and I'll pass and I get PhD and I'm going to be something so special and so big deal. Now I'm sure if the next generation not going to change this, it's really shameful to be a human being today, man. I tell you. I'm waiting for students to run the college and schools. Like I was very happy in Japan, all the students, evening, half an hour, their duty is to clean the classrooms and kitchen and everything. Here there's a teacher and a supervisor assistant to it and another thing assistant to it and commenting, oh, go and do that, what is this? And how much every day even our skin is drying and flying. Definitely we do have some duty to clear all that. Don't think that your mother is your servant or somebody, she will employ somebody as a servant to your house or office or whatever. Why can't you just clear your place the way you want or the way you want to attract your friends inside? Why not? See this, like there is one new virus, I believe, which you need very, very special microscope to see. They are trying to rule crazy things. We had malaria, we had chickenpox, smallpox, many, many illness. Once you get it, you will be strong enough. If you survive, you can definitely survive. And if you solve this problem, there will be another problem. Nature is doing is mathematics, science, art, everything properly, man. Don't try to create nature. Nature will create us. Literally, no, no, no big deal. There are all those cheap commercial people have big sponsors. They are trying to make people believe that this is what education. No, 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 no. You can start education from now itself, from now itself, from now itself, from now itself. No, no, all this. And you can even imagine so many specialization today. And is there anybody doing the job which they are specialized in? No. I don't think very few probably. Even I tell you, even you should not have an election. You should not be contest for an election if retirement age is 50 or 60. After that, you should not even contest for election. I really feel youngsters should rule. I think because the world is for the new generation. Old people already enjoyed enough. Why do you want to put their world into the coming generation? There is the whole clash and hassles. See, you can imagine all the insects and all that. They can't see the mother after the day they are born. And they're beautiful. They function exactly like a great grandmother or grandfather or whatever. Simple. Why human beings are so sad, suffering? Lifetime you have to go through education, and by the time you are ready to whatever, you're old. What's this? Actually, till 10th standard is enough. Education is over. That should be the rule. After 10th standard, you can start creating, at least. I very strongly believe in that. Is it working all right? So, friends, tell me, you want me to continue?
There are already a few questions that have come in. Uh, is it?
I'm anyway, things like that. There's so much to say, man. Like, uh, like bamboo today. Bamboo is a plant, a grass actually, probably the tallest grass.
Mm.
Every day it grows at least 12 inches or 13 inches initially when they grow. That fast they grow. So we can't see the growth that because we are, I don't know, we can't even see so many things. We are blind. How do you see? So it's very important to see ancient sculptures, ancient architecture, the way they solve the problem for earthquake and climate changes and everything they solved. Now the modern building, all the concrete building cracks. See Wayanad and all the last flood or rain or something. Actually, crazy. If you plant a lot of bamboos, they will hold all the soil. Okay. Instead of that, they cut trees and sell it, and the soil is loose and water goes and all the building, concrete, huge double-story, triple-story building sliding through the soil, man, in the last rain. Can you believe? And government will put some death rate and all that. They're all just some numbers. Okay, nobody knows how many people are gone and lost and all that. See, even people who are died. I titled a sculpture called "Not Death." Actually, there is not death. I very strongly see. I If you have to believe that they you can't see them anymore, no, ridiculous. Anyway, we are not seeing our friends also for many years. Are they alive or not? Do you have to get the news that they're dead? If they say that no, I am dead, probably you'll believe also today's. So things like that, So from the museums and all that, if you go, you imagine that you are the creator, you have done it, or you have been participating in it. Get a clue like that, you can really, really enjoy. Even seeing all the monuments. Great luck that studying in Madras College of Art those days. In 5 years' time, we were able to see all the monuments. That was part of our studies. We had to go through the whole every year. This side, that side, North India, everything. Not going to see just like a tourist. Go and see all the monuments and how they. Imagine that Ellora cave and all that. Started carving from top of a stone, man. And they carved, made the roof, carved interior, all the one pillar itself is about 100 feet or something. And there are musical pillars, and imagine how did they imagine the foundation those days? Can you do a measure drawing of that and try to do another one? This much of great place, great things happen everywhere, even in South India, even Mahabalipuram. It is only an entrance of one big culture, I believe, or gone into the sea. That is the somebody was saying. You can imagine by seeing that you can imagine. Imagine. You don't have to only believe only in your teachers. So many things is Tamil Nadu itself, my God, the way of life, the way they make food, my God, so much now. This coronavirus, people are saying you have lemon tea, you have turmeric powder, என்னமா மூஞ்சில இது காலையில அடிக்கிற மஞ்சள், very good. Do that every day, every food we use, malaha, jeera, pepper, all the minerals and metals and all that. We can't eat and digest, but plants can have a lot. So if you are a vegetarian, you are also part of nature. You also need all that, so you can survive yourself. ಇದು ಆಫ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಸಮಯತ್ರಿ Hello,
Yes, yes, yes. We just lost you for a minute. You're back.
is there anybody on the line? Can you hear
Yes,
me?
yes.
Can you hear
We
well?
can,
Yeah.
we can hear you.
Okay. So, is that time to ask questions, or should I continue a little more? Or what?
Uh, you can continue. There are questions, but I think you can continue for another few minutes and then we can take questions.
Anyway, be prepared. Huh? Give me some genuine question, which I can answer properly. Okay.
All right.
So, hmm? Okay. Yeah. So, today our ozone layer is cleared up. Today, all the oxygen everywhere. Imagine now the lockdown might be slowly changing, opening up and all that. So, but do you think that you can go on the highway? There are animals nicely relaxing. Nobody wants this place. Last week there was a python in a gold shop in Payyanur, about 12 eggs and sleeping nicely on it. Now, if you open all the factories and all that, there might be many other things like even crocodiles' eggs and many, many other things and stuff like that. Imagine. So the world is not going to be the same. Don't even. I don't believe. I don't think so. So whatever capacity we all have now, make best use of it. Don't wait for somebody to teach us or tell us what to do. Do the best possible. As I've been saying, that change is the most permanent thing you can accept. So, so I find it very beautiful. See, I thought I can never paint. I only did some painting in my initial days in Madras College of Arts. I used to sit at the museum and the church next to it and the garden, like things like that. And we found best how to kill time. Today, people want to kill time. We want to create time, actually. So why do you want to kill time? Boredom is not something which you can solve problem by buying something from the market. Ridiculous. So solve all the problems. These are all illness only, huh? Boredom is illness, everything is illness. And madness is not a bad thing. We are all mad. We are all born mad, perhaps. Born to study, born to make money, mad to make money, mad to study, mad for everything, mad to create things. Take it like that. Madness is a great gift, which I'm not only talking now. I always say I have respect for so many people who are outdo and hanging around everywhere in the village or wherever. So all that is correct. Even my village I had when I was small, there were so many mad people. People call them mad people. But when I think of them, they are beautiful. They had better freedom, better space. Every space is theirs. And all others get scared and keep away. See, okay, now who is going to ask me a question? Please.
All right. So I will start taking questions. So there's a question from architect student uh, from Oroville. So I'm reading out the question to you. So
Huh?
one often composes or creates with certain limitations or definition. A painter paints or scales his composition to the size of a canvas. An architect designs with the site size given. Do you also believe there is such a thing with respect to a sculpture or to sculpting? Do you think there are any limitations in sculpting as an architect or a painter does? That's the question.
See, everything has its own freedom and own limitation also. An architect, if he is a mad architect, he will cut all the trees around, you won't be considerate about it. Okay, the value of the tree also, perhaps. And architect will initially follow the sponsor, whoever he is building it for. And he will not have an idea. He might have seen something, architecture like that. So he wanted something like that. He didn't know, he doesn't know how to express. So he will choose one architect. He might not know about the architect properly unless he is able to finish that architecture. And most of the architects today, uh, they leave everything to the contractor. Okay, good. Okay, what else to do? Okay, fine. Okay, chalega. That is also a big problem. But olden days, there were great architects like Laurie Baker and many Lee Khan, whoever. So similarly, there were great sculptors, there were great painters. In the limitation, they paint, but most of the painters forgotten to remove the clips. I told you. Most of the architects today, they don't see the next season, next climate, or the foundation and things like that. They refer the books and syllabus. They don't ask the earth, can I make something here? Some problems. Most of the sculptors, probably a gallery will say that don't bring heavy things, don't bring big things, don't think complicated things, don't bring that, this, and all that. But on the other side, a painter is he was given a canvas and realized the size of it, and he will fit into it, try to fit into it. But a question is why a canvas is flat, like a board or like a screen or something, if you use uh, a canvas. See, a sculpture of a canvas is the texture itself. The texture of a canvas is a sculpture in a painting. Even the frames, which makes another dimension. And learning sculpture for me is not carving a stone, polishing a stone, casting one bronze metal or anything. That is not it. That is not enough. You need to experience how to go through dimensions. See, what's the dimension of zero? One point is zero dimension. If that one point is a connection with another point, that is what one dimension is. If that one dimension has any connection with another point, is what two dimension is. Okay, two dimension is what? We call it canvas is a two dimension. What about the thickness of the frame? So consider it as three dimension. But I don't think painters is another lobby. They don't believe they are called a photographer. Okay, make a nice photograph on the center, and photographer will come with the light, flatten it, and I think no light is going dull there. Is this? He will make an art out of somebody's art, and he will trim it. All the edges are not here, is not good enough. So they trim because gallery also that's what they want. They trim all the edges, and this painters will never cry. Okay, money is coming, why should I cry? Okay, this is the situation today. A sculptor is somebody, plant itself is a life and sculpting itself. It is growing without disturbing the other plant. A seed is even waiting for the actual time to come to grow. Probably a rainy season, a good soil. A coconut even, it is a boat. Naturally, it is a boat and it will flow and get stuck on somewhere where it is comfortable, little soil and little water. Okay, the root will go through and they have enough pungu and root will go, the this will come, there is enough for them to eat, the milk and whatever, water is there, coconut milk is there, food is there, till they get mature. The nursery school is over there. So things like that, when you think anything is like that. So we have specialization. Say bird, they know how to make architecture. Now they'll take your hangers where if you're hanging your clothes for drying, once you remove only the shirt and the hanger is lying there, they'll take it to build the architecture. Crows and all that do that, many of them. Copper wire and all that, you could see things like that. So they know, even weavers, birds and all that, how beautifully they weave, man. Any climate, oh, super. They take the thread out of the coconut leaf, and now only very recently they discovered some straw to drink ice cream or whatever, juice out of coconut leaf, because somebody said that plastic is something wrong. What is plastic is wrong from the very beginning. But I tell you, earth said that, மக்களே பரவாயில்ல, யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கோ. Earth needs about centuries for it to digest all the plastic. Don't worry about earth. But our generation will vanish. Even the DDT came. Most of the mother's milk have DDT today. If you feed your mother's milk to the child, they'll get diarrhea. See the situation. It's not only my own thinking. Generally, all of us are thinking. The whole world is thinking. And whole world is trying to express whatever way they can. See, for me, now only I got a chance to talk to you guys. So simple as that. We are missing a lot. Don't wait for chances. Don't miss chances either. In this life, try and grasp our life is so precious, man. People think that all cinema actors and all are very the best. What is cinema actors? Somebody is photographing, somebody is giving makeup, somebody is written down what they had to say, somebody is editing it, somebody is dubbing it, somebody is this thing is, and finally, oh my God! But one time when MGR and all were there, I mean, okay, great, but today also people are in the same thing. My God, magic is in the internet. Magic is in the snow. They don't see the magic happening in front of them wherever they are. Everywhere magic is happening. So who wants to be a actor, man? Who wants to be a sculptor, man? Who wants to be anything? But you make a decision what you want to be, and you and think about life. What life is exactly is what you see, what you hear. You can also see through your ears, you can see through your heart, see through your nose, and its eyes are only just one lens, like in you have in a camera. By seeing that, your soul is. I don't know. Still, I don't know where the soul is. I'm sure. Not don't believe only the old people said that we have three life or four life or after life or everything. Life itself, we have life and death. Understand? Even the death itself will have death and life, I tell you. So, not to worry, unnecessarily getting frightened of life. It's so beautiful. Great. First, and thank your parents that we got a chance to be alive. See, when we were born, only we got a chance. How many of them waiting? Many of them were waiting. But we got a chance to be born. Thanks to your parents also. Thanks to the situation. Exactly. So the architect, even Frank Floyd Wright, he put full of stones in his pocket and went into the sea. He's such a great architect. Now Who is the architect? Everybody, one contractor is the architect today. Do they have any concern about climate or material or anything? You mean to say that one shelter is an architect? What is architecture? Ask put, I mean, the white ants, they built something amazing. They don't even fire terracotta, burning wood and firing, making, you know, like, uh, like terracotta. You have to burn tons of firewood. Sun dry is enough. Time is also like that. Oh, we have great internet and all that we can store. Where will we store what? We couldn't even store the museums properly. We couldn't even store your old cassette or CD or DVD or pen drive or anything properly. 1 second is enough to vanish. So far, whatever I have done, I don't know, whoever got a chance, if I want to see a chance, I won't be able to see. I don't want to see. I'll make something and see what my weaknesses and capacities and all of that. So don't worry, who, not judges. We have to literally change, man. Great that this all of us are listening. Great that this institution has started. Great that we all have some little time to listen to somebody else. Now I'll also be a listener. Listening is a great art also, no doubt about it.
Uh,
Imagine we, okay, tell me.
okay. No, you go ahead. If you're not finishing, go ahead.
Yeah, see, our life is so precious. Don't waste. That's what I want to say. Nothing else.
Mhm.
See, this simple thing, you just, when you do something, same time you also think what you are not doing. When you do a painting, you also imagine the place where what you are not doing there. And probably not doing anything there is more beautiful here. Things like that. Beauty we can all see. We don't need great mind or great education or knowledge of um, capacity or anything. I tell you, anybody do anything is creativity. See, we all had to give some definition, one name. Okay, creativity. Oh, cancer. Oh, heart attack. All these bad names. See, heart is itself such a great organ in our system. And one commercial name is given heart attack. So the doctors made enough money. Huh? I mean, they also solve problems. Fine, good enough. We could have also solved it if we didn't hear the name heart attack. If you didn't know that you had heart attack, you would survive also. I tell you, my personal experience, man, I've gone through a open heart surgery 30 years ago. I never had any medicine till now. My birthday, 67th birthday was yesterday. Okay. 30 years ago, my heart was opened up and put on a table and zipped it up. I thank that doctor. I haven't seen him still. I'll be going to see him. Anyway, I never believe in taking all the. And I've been traveling, I've been sculpting, I've been casting, I've been doing anything I want, even now. So these are all very, very, we can clearly realize that the medicine itself is a very, very cheap. If you want to live, you live. If you want to work, you work. Sad that some people kill themselves. So sad. Why can't you have a natural death? Live as much as possible. Live as well as possible. We try to eat up somebody's space. That is our main problem. This is what we learned probably from school. This is what we have seen from our seniors or last generation, I think. This is what we have seen from Europe and all this. India was such a beautiful country. We never went anywhere to occupy the space. I don't have to say all this. All of you know. Anyway, something about my work I can only tell when I'm in front of it, and when we ever meet, or when we ever. I'm very much interested in cooking. See, cooking is a great profession, great art. Okay, and if you cook, your digestion will be easier. And if you cook, you will eat only enough. So many way it helps you, and it connects your inner side. So the cooking itself is when we learned olden days. We have rasam தான் எவ்வளவு என்னமா your medicine, and we have it every day. No, most of the time we miss it. Everything cooking like amazing, amazing. And kitchen, olden days, the great grandmothers, even though they keep little bit of rice aside, little bit of mustard aside, little bit of oil aside, little bit of everything aside. So every day somebody says, "Oh, this salt is over." No, Mola, there is some salt there. You take it. No, no, no. There is some oil there. You take. See, this is the way they used to live beautifully. Today, oh my God, we have fridge. That's why all the problems started. We have air condition. That's why all the problems started. We are all lucky that we are in a summer area, man. Sweating is very nice, best healing. And don't rush back to a AC room if you're sweating. Let it dry properly, naturally. Then you probably wash. Huh? Otherwise, no use. You are killing yourself. Enjoy the river. Enjoy anything what's happening properly. Even so many things now. We all know so much, and we are all stuck with so much. We are also stuck badly with the qualification. We are also stuck in the political scenario and so many things. But freedom is something which is our own freedom. We don't have to tell anybody what freedom is. And we are all actually enjoying. And I tell you, very few people will be a slave. Don't be a slave. Don't be a slave of anybody. We all had enough. When you think about our olden days, I'm having some warm water occasionally. Hope you guys are having. Drinking water is really great. We need a lot of water. Please, all of you, take a sip of water.
I think you need
Water is
more.
the best medicine. Best medicine for any illness. Water. Water, I tell you about water. Any heart attack, water, headache, water, BP, water, fever, water, everything, water, man. We pump medicine, we are adding some other problem to it. Some people solve problems. Your heart attack is attack the heart only. They'll come and directly come to your heart. No, no, no. You wash your feet, probably your heart will be all right. You hear something else, your heart will be all right. That is really joke. Our joke is grown enough, overgrown. That's why this new virus. Okay, good. Absolutely. I feel it. This is the best time we can do, best possible in our life. Somehow we are learning a lesson, which is no any teachers could teach us, but somehow time has come for all of us. Don't reverse migration completely. Please make our own life. Take good things from the ancient history. Also believe, look forward. You are the king of the world, king of your car when you drive, king of the road, king of your painting or sculpture or cooking or whatever you do, and give space for others, then you should definitely get more space for yourself. See, even dance, only if there is a stage, people dance. Only if the floor is beautiful, they dance. And singing also, they need to organize and big mic and big system and all that to start singing. No man, artists are always dancing, always singing, always listening is also great art. Like John Cage and all that told us about silence, very important. Here people get an instrument, musical instrument, pada 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 pada. அடிச்சு ஒதுக்கி கொலை பண்ணிடுவேன் அப்பதான் மியூசிக் ஆகும். But great people like there are so many even many youngsters in every field, man. There is it. You can't generalize good painters, bad painters, good architect, bad architect, good musician, bad musician, good actors, bad actors, good thinker, bad thinker, good father, good bad father. No, no, no. Everything is okay. Be what you want to be. My email ID is also the same. My full name, all in one small the small letter continuously as one word. Valsan Koorma Kolleri at the rate of gmail.com. But sad that I didn't check my mail for a long time. Now mostly I'm occasionally, only recently occasionally I get little time to see WhatsApp and Facebook and little messages. But most of the time, I had to be watching the climate changes. I think today also I half done one sculpture with coconut leaf. Tomorrow I'll post one picture in the Facebook or whoever wants in the WhatsApp. Okay, friends, my time is over. I am very punctual about it, which I learned from actually from France actually. If you have an appointment in France, if you go before time, your mark is reduced. If you go after time also, you won't get it. If you on time, you have gained it. You know, that is something very interesting. So that if I'm in a new place, I'll somehow go and find out the place how I reach on time. At least a trip I make, wherever it is. So I was trying to be on time always. So I feel that that is the only way we can really get a better result. And it's a good system because communication, otherwise you go and see the museum and see the sculpture, we can reach to that time, but they can't reach to your time perhaps. Because people who are created, no, என்ன ஆச்சரியம் என்னன்னாக்கா, all these monuments you see, it's all done by one person. Like, how come? It's all done by one school. How come? All the fingers on the nose, the expression and the thing in North India, South India, even even Indonesia, or wherever you go. My God, even Maya Inca ruins, similar architecture like we have in you know Tiruvannamalai or wherever. How how can any of us make understand and analyze how they must have done it? Now people think that all the computer is great technology. Come on, man! Here there's no electricity. Where is the computer? Is there any solar connection or I don't know what? Even solar also failed. You have to keep on operating. You have to stick there only. You're stuck. Is that the life you want? I don't know. And are you able to make any money? Or are you able to handle? Do you know how to use the money which you made? First question is that. How do you use your money? Are you using it properly? Do you need that much of money to buy your best equipments or whatever you want? Whatever you think that the most important thing. Whether you buy, are you using it properly? Are you able to take care of it properly? Are you using it properly only once or throughout? All these questions we have to ask ourselves. Huh? Don't ask Valsan. I know that. I think Benita is on the line somewhere. I'm sure.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Hmm. I'm sorry. I can also imagine all the people smiling and See, I'm not the way you see me in the photograph. Okay, I used to be when I was once upon a time. Okay, and that too one camera click, man. It's a trick of somebody. I'm not as idiot as I was that time. Anyway, so now the time for Mira to ask some questions.
Mira, okay. 1 minute. Mira?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
Mira. Huh?
This has been thrown at me from nowhere. um, and I have some time to think about it. Okay, actually, one of the questions I did have, which I haven't asked Wilson himself, like when he's spoken, is about. He mentioned that he paints every day now, and without the use of technology, he'd rather paint and finish a painting every day. My question is, what do you mean by completing a painting, and what is your inspiration given the circumstances these days?
The situation, the time now, and you don't have to finish a painting, you suffer. And if you finish it completely, then it's a sad thing. I tell you. I never finish any of my work properly throughout my life. I don't think there is something which you can finish once. Today, because I didn't get a chance to paint for a long time, I tell you, looking for material, looking for fire, looking for time, looking for the right season, being a sculptor and being in my situation. So now I had some old paint and I made some brush and some brush was there. But I've been using only one brush, two brushes really, and a small 20 inches by 15 inches paper. The handmade paper, I had about 23 papers in my hand. After completing that, I mean, I have one more painting to post it actually. I mean, I haven't completed it. I'm not satisfied to show it to anybody. Whatever I shown, I thought that I'm able to show. That's why I posted it in Facebook. Then, then I found some old paper also. I don't know how it will behave. So it is very nice that painting is. I'm not totally with that painting. I am also cooking my breakfast in between. I am also making my lunch and planning for dinner. I am also getting things in between, and but I'm focusing on that little paper. And how come I never got a chance to paint was a big question for me. And today I tried to do that this 1 month. Almost 23, 24 paintings I did in one every day, which I never knew that I could do it. You understand what I
Mhm.
mean? And there was a question, I don't know whether I answered properly, but because I'm not able to see any of you, and not getting any reaction to the question about architecture, sculpture, painting, and this that. Actually, that actual answer once we ever meet properly, probably a PowerPoint presentation ever, probably in Tiruvannamalai or wherever, we can do it. Or in my place, all of you are invited. Huh? Plan it and things like that. We have to see in real. You are more than welcome. I tell you. In fact, I've been calling some of my friends. Many people came and stayed. I have a small kitchen. I didn't make a complete kitchen. I have solar little energy, electric little energy, and I have a little shelter and whatever. you know. See, it was almost like an escapism. See, this land my father gave me when I was 3 years old. I knew. Okay. And only after age of 50 only I realized that, yeah, why do I have to settle anywhere? I came here and I decided to come back to this place only, thought of it only when I was 50 years. Because I've been hunting for places in Tamil Nadu, I've been hunting for places in Gujarat, I've been looking for places in Bangalore, I've been trying to settle in France, I've been trying to settle in Delhi and so many places. But finally, some reason I realized that no, there is a reason for you to be born in one place, or go back there and see how things work. So probably it's not a correct thing I did, but so far I'm still working and struggling and not struggling. Huh? Working is always nice. So anyway, there is a change, in other generation, probably birds or some other generation, or I don't know what will happen. So it's a good time when you know seeing it in different occasions and things. So painting is like that, Mira. Just once the color is over, now I shifted to these smoke colors because அடுப்பில் வந்து ரொம்ப கலர் வந்துட்டு இருக்கு. The நம்ம we I always have a bath with the firewood and all that because a lot of things are falling from the coconut tree and all that. I collect them and burn. So a lot of smoke, very good color. Let me try and use that. That is my next task. Make your own material, make your own color, make your own stuff. I don't think all the shops will be open, whatever you believe. Or the Vincent Newton color, people go for Vincent Newton colors. Ask somebody to bring from Europe. All the colors. Vincent Newton, they discovered the machine to grind it very fine. That's why the colors are more brighter. And all our colors are come. We don't have that kind of grinders, so our colors are not looking that fresh as Vincent Newton colors are. But why do you want to use unnecessarily bright? Our life itself is quite dull, yeah. Paint that color, simple as that. Why do you want to just show off or pretend that we are more brighter? No, no, no. So you see, the yellow color came from China, I think. Okay, yellow ochre. That is yellow ochre. They have a yellow river. So the first color, they named it color, and color was from that soil and from the river and yellow ochre. And Indian red come from a red, lot of iron in it. So we have terracotta like color. That is Indian color. Slowly, when the name color started, people started discovering colors and colors and colors and tones and tones and tones. How many colors? How many of us are colorblind? How many of us are partially colorblind? Have you ever tried to discover our weaknesses? To prove that, please paint. Please try to understand. Please see paintings. People have made it for us. See the original. See, the camera will never bring you the truth, I tell you. See the original, good, bad, or ugly, or worse, whatever. See it in real. We are afraid for everything. We are afraid to see something. Inspiration comes from the really things which you never imagined or seen or learned or whatever. So inspiration is what going to ride our life. I tell you, all other things are for the commercial purposes. Probably you might make money, and making money also is a big problem. There'll be robbers behind you. There'll be somebody else. Clean, robbers will be in a many other way. Okay. There is nothing to rob in us anyway. So, so we had a great guru in our village during my father's time. He was quite a thinker, quite character, a great Sanskrit scholar, quite Ayurvedic, and quite so many things, quality he had. His name was Vagbhadananda Guru. His poetries are very, very powerful. Like Soyam Edunelpin, Uniruvin, wake up. Soyam Edunelpin, wake up on your own. Anidiyod Edirpin, work against Anidi, means what do you call it? Nidhi and Anidhi. So this kind of things we have been hearing from childhood. Okay. My father used to be a quite disciple. Oh, he was a businessman and coconut pepper, this, that, and all that. But my father also not a bad character. He told us when he's going to die, and he died and showed. So I respect him for that. I don't know how. He was never a guru or any swami or anything of that kind, but he respected many swamis and many gurus. That much I know. He made the library's first contribution to Vagbadanda Library, which we had the best library in our district for many years. And now I don't know the situation of the library. And my father contributed the land itself and the well itself to start the library, almost 100 years old. And Vagbhadananda was a great person. He met Mahatma Gandhi, he met Tagore, he met Sri Narayana Guru, he met Chattambisami, he met so many of them. Those days he was a very young. So we don't. More than that, I know only through the monuments and Chola period and some in real. In real, I can read sculptures more than I can read books. That is the context I'm talking about. So everybody can read some language, some method will be there to read properly and understand thoroughly, properly in a right way. But my reading is what made me here and made me still continue my respective field properly and whatever. I hope I'm doing okay. So, Meera, I hope I can answer your question directly. Hope answer will be there in my blabbering.
Yes, definitely.
Right.
Now let Benita talk some bit because
I'm there seems to be a connection problem with Benita.
okay.
So I'm not
But
able to.
anybody from anywhere, please.
Sorry.
Anybody else from anywhere elsewhere? Ask a question now
Yes,
before
yes.
the
There are a lot of no. There are a lot of questions that are
okay.
sitting.
Time for questions now.
Okay.
Answer will come later, or answer I would have said already.
Okay. There's one question from an art teacher called Pradesh from Chennai. So the question is, how does one educate people to understand and appreciate a serious work of art? The question and continue saying why he's asking this question is because most people do not know of many artists or many artists' names, and they think that art is just a decorative thing. So how does the appreciation of art happen? Is the question.
Through the history never rushed in our education. We never got time enough to even select what we want to be, what we are good at, and all that. We never, nobody, none of us, even me, never got a chance to really choose from the very beginning. Probably we must have learned it very late. That is a very difficult thing. See, for example, like there was a decorative art was well appreciated one time, which in India, which happened more in one time in Hyderabad area or something like that, or in Rajasthan and some places. There are very great experts to give the answer, but through my point of view, I could say that there are very different movements. We had abstract art one point, we had tantric art one point, because why it became a movement, because many people realized that that is the correct thing, so we all follow that school of thinking. And tantric art, it was also in Hyderabad, it was also moved to Chennai for like Choramanda artists and all that, even after Panika's time or during Panika's time and all that. I mean, there were experts like Haridasan and all that practice Tantra and do Tantric art. One way I feel that your art and your life should have some connection. It's not that something which you learn from somewhere and practice something. It is always try to understand your life and try to make a language out of your life and express that life through whatever way you could. And painting is a very easy thing if you know how to handle colors and canvases and material and all that. And architecture and all that, you need to ask the Kambikaran, you need to ask the சிமெண்ட்காரன் கொத்தனாரு அவன் இவங்கிட்ட எல்லாம் கேட்டு அவரோட டைம் ரொம்ப காம்ப்ளிகேஷன் லைக் ஃபிலிம் மேக்கர் he has to ask the photographer, he has to ask the editor of light man or sound man or so many problems architects today's architects and the cinema makers do. But there are also filmmakers. See, I will tell you an example. Once in Studio Bouliancourt, that is in France, one of the oldest film institute in Paris. Like we had the Gemini studio in Chennai, there was one of the old school when the cinema just began. And Paris, they do have a cinematography museum. How they started from the cardboard to a film, they exhibit in the museum. Very interesting to see. It used to be inside Paris, now it is outside of Paris. But while shifting, something happened also. I seen both the museums. Okay. But I tell you an example in the cinema, the Studiography Museum, one of the oldest cinema, Studio Bulliancourt. There are so many directors, so many film experts, and all that. No money, no time to live, no way to create, and all that. Hanging around, drinking cheap wine, and all that, hanging around the studio. One fellow once tried to make a film, most expensive film. He tried to make it become a big flop, and he he has warned that he sold it to the cheap market. He was trying to see the weight of the film and sold it to somebody. One mad creature who bought this, a, a drunkard, one of the drunkard means a great editor, who happened to be like that. He bought this, he re-edited the film, and he made a great film out of it. He didn't have to run around through a photographer or a sound engineer or anything. He took the film and re-edited and made all by himself a great film. You understand? There are even today children, they don't go and see the best film. They see the best film of their friends made through the little camera, like a toy camera or whatever camera. For them, that is the best film, what they think that the best film is. Similarly, whatever opportunity we got throughout our life, And what influences you? Influence is also not bad, but you do little bit of positive progress on it. Then it's great. If you have nothing more to contribute, there's no fun in it. And we definitely got in. We can't even figure out where all we learned and how we understood. Probably when somebody say mention it, please look at it. Go through it. The history it is very important. You can't ignore it either. It will only help you. And today, most of the people they won't say that who helped you, who made the frame for your canvas, who helped you, carpentry, your craftsman, who is your craftsman, who no 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 no. They will over the phone they can sculpt today. See, sad. I don't want to be somebody like that. I need to be burning. See, I'm not as dark as I used to be like you guys. Actually, I burned myself. I know. Huh? I am look like a foreigner for many people today because I speak some foreign language. I tell you, I learned English language from Tamil Nadu or I learned English from my Malayalam medium or whatever. Excuse me. I initially told you all these languages and anything came, we have done research on it and we learned to handle it and we are handling it. So it is yours. Don't think that you borrowed something from anywhere. So similarly in every, what was the question? Is he an artist or is he a art lover or actually art lovers are artists, not necessarily art makers. I tell you, we practice art to see others' art properly. If I don't practice, I'll be blind to. I had to listen to one art critics, I had to listen to one curators or galleries nonsense. If I have to practice something, any nonsense, whatever material allowing me to do it, then only I would be able to see it properly. And I'm dying to see others' art properly, not through the internet or not through a photograph. I tell you, I have patience to wait. So far, whatever possibility I travel, just to see others, my next generation's work and all that. Till now. Okay, friend. And there are probably answer I would have said earlier, and probably see, today's education is I want all the institution to be closed down the way it is now. Actually, do homework only. Best way. Make your own home. Make a space for yourself. I tell you, I have really experienced that during the Kochi Biennale. So many children used to come, and they rush back and go home and find all the waste materials and start making things in the garden. See, people already ask me, you use the waste material and all that. No, 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 no. They are not waste material. Sorry, you're wrong. See, the used material already handled by people. It already shaped up. It worked against machines. I tell you, one time people thought that when machine first came, oh, we have wooden legs for your cot and all that, lathe made and all that. And people who couldn't afford to buy the machine to lathe it, their hand work, like machine work, to make it modern. There was a time like that. Similarly, all the art changing. See why the canvas came because people have been doing mural painting on the wall. You can't shift it to a new place. So they discovered a canvas. Why we see everything on square? Why are you seeing things in square? Is your eyes are square? These are all questions. Probably when you're born, first thing you started seeing probably your ceiling might be a square ceiling. When you look down, probably your mat is square, probably your doorway is square. So we are stuck with the square or rectangle. But we are more geometrical shape is probably round. Out of round you can make cubes, you could make many other things. So the straight lines and round lines and curvicles, know that when you draw, probably you try to make a straight line. Why don't you make it today? Go make a straight line with your confidence. Then immediately after that, you take a scale and make a line out, up and down. And you see the line which you made. That would be the your energy line. You understand? That is the best line you could make. So your knowledge, your capacity, your reflex action, your body and feelings and everything reacting when you hold a crayon or a brush which reacts on your canvas or wherever, where you see the actual you, if you want to see yourself. Our journey is ultimately see yourself, isn't it? It is our journey to see somebody else. When have you seen yourself? Through photograph? Through a mirror? How? Through blabbering to somebody uh, by using somebody else's word or what you read or what you learned or what you are qualified in and what. So how do you see yourself? That is the question. Finally, give me an answer. So who is your teacher? They were amazing teachers, I tell you. They were great teachers. But best thing, even in a universities, best thing you find your own teachers. That is what it is. If you are lucky, you will be thrown into the best teacher. But if you are lucky, you'll be finding your right teacher. Otherwise, you'll become your own teacher. You do need a teacher, I tell you, to guide ourselves. என்னப்பா இங்கிலீஷ்லயே பேசிட்டு இருக்கு கொஸ்டின் வரட்டும் சரி
Right. There are a lot of questions, but we are already beyond time, and I think you'll
no,
also
we
be
are
busy.
all and be on time. That is the best thing. I'm very happy, appreciate all of you that the listening is the best art, I tell you. Best art. I'm listening to all your silence actually. Really. I'm very happy that Benita called me and Meera called me and happened to be with you and with everybody and hope we'll get a chance to meet and hope we'll definitely make a point to meet and hope there'll be a beautiful time which we had to create. Beautiful means what is beautiful means we all get a chance to communicate. That is the best beautiful thing I feel. Not when we communicate with recipes, communicate with whatever way, paintings. So most of the people who bought all the canvas, great canvases and all that, without knowing that they are great canvases. Somebody selling it to them without knowing that they are great canvases. They are all locked up long time ago, okay. All in house arrest. Most of the great painters from India, all in house arrest long time ago. Hope it will come. Hope they are still not lost, not destroyed. You know, don't you can't preserve things on any photograph, camera. No, 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 no. But if you see it once, definitely the effect is preserved in you. So we are a great museum. We are a great institution. We each individual, our bodies, our home, our bodies, our everything, everything, everything. So, best thing today onwards, I am going to pray to my every little organs, how beautifully you are functioning, how much you have helped me in so many years in my life, able to breathe, able to, the heart is still beating, and, all the veins and nerves and hair is growing, and so much. And don't worry about death at all. Death is no, no. If you live a beautiful life, you'll also have a beautiful death. I tell you. No, no. Life is so precious. So much we title and so much of importance unnecessarily we give to many, many. We are all children of the Mother Earth. We have to preserve the Mother Earth. I try to see the Mother Earth in my own way. My best way was to learn the Mother Earth was making that water pyramid. I made it a couple of times because pyramid made in lot of in Paris museum and all nonsense. In Louvre museum, they try to make a pyramid out of stainless steel or something ridiculous. I was there. I was a student. I was telling them that that time it was unnecessary actually, unimaginable to think that it is because they already made pyramid upside right. I thought that making a pyramid upside down. I made it twice in Kochi. Once it was 29 years ago before making for the Biennale. Actually, the water pyramid, I thought that it is a water tank, if you want to make it clear. But people said that it's upside down. I said, man, you are upside down. I tried to make the whole earth well balanced on my pyramid. Can you believe that a sculpture can be made like that? That is what. So even then, when you see water, water is not only you see in the ocean, not only you see in a cup. Water is everywhere in our body, our sweat, our tears, and our, you know, full of life. A well, if you use a well water, you get the prana from the earth, prana from the solar, prana from the air. And if you drink that water itself is a great medicine, I tell you. If you put water in a tank and are locked up in a pipe for a couple of hours, you won't feel the breeze, you can't see the sun or earth. Do you think that you'll be alive properly? So you are living half the alive water also, everything. We also kill our food for taste. Taste is only for your tongue, man. And since you are making tasty food, you overeat. That means you are harming your heart, harming your whole system. Uh, you drink chapati. That means you want chapati, you chew it nice, we drink water along with while we eat. It's ridiculous. You need your saliva to digest. Simple thing as this. Why do you want doctors? Why do you want anybody to look after you? We are our everything. We try to make everything in our pocket. I don't know the time. Is the time the right time or time is getting over, my friends? Yeah, I have taken more time than what I supposed to do. I'm extremely sorry about it.
No, no, no. You don't have to be sorry. I think this conversation can go on forever, and I think it's very beautiful to just listen to you talk, and I think we can keep going on. But we'll surely come meet you if we travel to Kerala. And
எனக்கு தமிழ் நன்னா பேச தெரியும், எனக்கு ஹிந்தி
தமிழ்ல பேச தெரியுமா?
பேசலாம்,
சரி, சூப்பர்.
இங்கிலீஷ்
தமிழ்லயே பேசிடலாம்.
பேசலாம், கொஞ்சம் பிரெஞ்சு பேசலாம், கொஞ்சம் இது அதெல்லாம் பேசலாம், நோ ப்ராப்ளம்.
சரி, சரி, ஓகே.
ஒண்ணுமே
ஸோ நீங்க
பிரச்சனை கிடையாது. ஐ
சரி,
தாட் we started though it went off like that. Okay friends.
ஓகே. தமிழ்நாடு வந்தீங்கன்னா கண்டிப்பா திருவண்ணாமலை பக்கம் வந்தீங்கன்னா கண்டிப்பா குக்கூக்கு வாங்க. நாங்க எல்லாரும் ரொம்ப ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருப்போம். நீங்க அங்க வந்தீங்க அப்படின்னா. அந்த பக்கம்
Okay.
வந்தீங்கன்னா கண்டிப்பா ப்ளீஸ் டு ட்ரை விசிட்டிங் குக்கூ அண்ட் தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச் ஃபார் த லாஸ்ட் 2 hours. இட் வாஸ் ரியலி ரியலி கிரேட். ரொம்ப ரொம்ப மகிழ்ச்சியா இருந்தது உங்களை கேட்கறதுக்கு. தமிழ்லயும் இங்கிலீஷ்லயும் கலந்து பேசுனது ரொம்ப அழகா இருந்தது. ஸோ தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச் ஃபார் தட் and thank you for all the participants for being there and continuously for the past 2.5 hours. Thank you so much for that. And I will do share the mail IDs and the Facebook page of us. And if you have any, I'm very sorry that I couldn't take all your questions. There are a lot of questions that are poured in, but I think
You can probably I'm really interested in questions. Even though I'm
okay.
not able to answer properly, somehow to mail it to me simple. Let me study about it and let me. There is a great way of learning actually, even for me. Sorry for taking more time. Thanks to all spectators and whoever and given me the chance to meet and also organization and everything.
Yes, yes.
Actually, I have visited Tiruvannamalai twice, and
Okay.
probably I'm looking forward to a third visit or wherever we can see and
Kandipa. And thanks to Benitaka,
yeah.
Prasanna, and Peterana, uh, and Mira, and without whom this would not be definitely possible. So, a very big thanks. I don't know if you're there or not. I hope my thanks reaches you somehow. So,
See,
thank,
one thing I forgot to say.
yeah.
Don't think that I don't have any of my sculpture in my hand which I made. Okay.
Mm,
So I don't know how to keep them. I don't know how to preserve them. Anyway, I don't believe in it. Whatever ancient sculptures are not able to figure out, and not even the museum taking care properly. So
mm,
I realized that what is it all about? Okay.
mm,
So at least I got a chance to talk, and some people are going to listen to it, and some people are going to give me questions.
mm,
Please
mm.
don't expect me to answer properly, but I will learn from it and I'll try to answer whenever we meet. Yeah, friends.
Definitely. Thank you so much. Thanks, Vasan. Thank you all. Bye. Good night.
Okay, okay. Bye bye.